Hello my friends, Helena here from Helena's Fun Art Channel, and today we're gonna compare the Derwent Pastel pencils and the Jaxell Pastel chalk. Let's go! I've had these soft pencils for a very long time and only painted one picture with it back then. It was so bad that I just put it in the far corner of the shelf. But recently I've seen so many beautiful videos of artists who have created beautiful works of art with soft pencil or pastel pencils, so I wanted to do it too. But I didn't know anything about pastel pencils. I never seen them before, so I just bought some, and I will link you the pastel pencils and the soft pastels as well as the paper I use below. And yes, I would receive a very, very small commission if you would buy these products through the link. First of all, it's important to know that it matters which paper you use. The paper must have structure so that the color particles can adhere somewhere. Let me show you what happens if you use just print paper or printer paper. The soft pastel leaves a lot of dust, and you would waste the soft pencils or the pastel pencils also. So invest in special paper or pastel paper. I have another type here of which I only have a few sheets left. I cannot remember exactly which was the brand I bought from this paper, but you can see a slight texture here, which would be absolutely sufficient for our purposes. Let me show you how the soft pencils and the pastel pencils behave on it. There is still a little paint dust left here, but it is acceptable. I also bought the pastel matte paper from Clairefontaine. This is really incomparable. It feels like sandpaper. The particles adhere extremely well and hardly any dust remains on it. The pigmentation really comes into its own here. There are several ways to smudge the colors. Example given, you could use kitchen paper or Q-tips. Your finger are also an extremely good option. You can also combine all options to test the soft pastels and the pencils. I also blended them. The test with both the soft pastels and the pencil went very well. You got a nice smooth transition. I only made circular movements with my finger as well as with the paper towel and the ear swabs. You have to test where you start from. If you start with a dark color, it can happen that the light color is blended in a little and goes under. That's why I advise you to work from light to dark. I'll show you a few more ways to apply the pencils. Firstly, you can simply use the white side of the pencil. This makes application super quick. This is ideal for large areas or mountains, for example. You can also use the sharp edges for details or for fine lines, but be careful, the soft pastels can only be used to draw details on a limited extent. You can use the top of the end of the soft pastels for shadow or similar things, for example. Now let's take a closer look to the pens. I briefly show you how the pens behave on the inexpensive textured paper. Let's start straight away with the blendability test. As you can also see, which I find very pleasing, the varnish on the end of the pencil absolutely matches the color you can see on the paper. The glare test is slightly different than with the soft pencil, but still good. Now I'll show you the pencil on pastel matte. The result is very, very good. The pigments really comes into their own here. I'm still testing the white pencil as well as the white soft pastel, which I unfortunately forgot to do. Both the pencil and the white soft pastel perform very well. The luminosity is very strong, as so is the coverage. To test the quality for my requirements, I wanted to create a small test picture with the soft pastel before I painted the real picture. I simply chose a blueberry for this. We start with the soft pastels. First, I work on the dark areas with the dark blue and fill the area. Then I move to the next lighter color, then a little lighter until I reach the color white. A tip at this point, don't really start smudging until you have enough pigments on your paper. The result is then much nicer, more natural, and the color look richer. I then used black for the darkest areas, both for the inner area and also for the shadows at the bottom. Finally, I applied the light spots and smudged them a little, then applied them again, and so on until I was satisfied. I then added details. This picture took me about 17 minutes, including the drawing before. Now let's move on to the sample picture with the pastel pencils. Applying the colors took a little bit longer. Overall, I proceeded the same order as with the soft pastels. First the dark blue color, then I used lighter and lighter colors and until I got to the white again, and the black for the shadows, white for the points of light, and then blurred again and worked out the details until I was satisfied. The pencils performed slightly better as it was easier to draw the details. However, sharpening the pencils was a bit of a challenge. I tried several sharpeners I had here, but at the end the Faber-Castell sharpener worked. I used the largest size here as the pencil simply didn't fit in the other options or just broke off. I think that they generally tend to break when they get sharpened because the lead is naturally very soft and very different to colored pencils, of course. Maybe, I don't know, I just used the wrong sharpener here. Please let me know in the comments if you have a better solution. Overall, I can say that I like the result of the blueberries with a little better with the pastel pencils because they can be blended a little more finely. I'm not sure whether the soft pastel or the pencils are better because both have their advantages and their disadvantages, so why not just combine them? I chose the Parrot for the final test. Here you can have a lot of surface areas as well as many details that I needed to be worked out. So I can simply use both advantages of the two products. To transfer the image, I first sketched out the parrot on an inexpensive paper. I always do this so that I don't destroy the expensive paper if I'm doing something wrong. For anyone who is interested in how I do this exactly, it works like this. Take a soft pencil and draw it with the flat side of the lead on the back of the picture. Then sharpen the pencil, turn the picture over, and position it on the expensive paper as you want it to be later. Trace the lines with the sharp pencil, et voila, the picture is transferred and you can start coloring. For the parrot picture, I started with the light colors this time because I thought it would be easier in this case. I first filled the large areas in the main motif with the soft pastels and blurred them here and there. The transition here was very easy. Then I completely filled in and blurred the background. Now the details work began with the pencils. As the motif was so detailed, this step took a little bit longer. I put a piece of paper under my hand to prevent the soft pastel and pencils from smudging, which I would really recommend here, as otherwise you could ruin the whole picture. For this I used this separator sheets. They were already included in the Clairefontaine Pastel Matte paper, and drawing the feathers was the most difficult part for me because I had no idea how to make them as detailed as in the photo. That's why I decided to simplify it a little bit, so I wanted to finish the picture in daylight. On the whole, I can absolutely recommend both products. The soft pastels are perfect for larger areas, and the pencils are perfect for details. If you combine them, you can save a lot of time and money. So if you want to buy both, just make sure that the colors in the sets are similar, so that you can use them together. I'm very, very happy with the result. The paper is a particular support the soft pastels and pencils so much. It really brings out the colors. I hope you had as much fun as I did. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you would like to support my art and my channel, I would love it to see you subscribing my channel, giving me a thumbs up and ringing the bell. See you in the next video. Bye bye.